Pirates of the Caribbean already has the perfect Johnny Depp replacement. So why is the franchise so hung up on Jack Sparrow returning? Disney already found the perfect actor to take over for Johnny Depp in the next Pirates of the Caribbean movie, but the franchise is just too hung up on Jack Sparrow to make it happen. Of course, there's a very good reason. Depp's Jack Sparrow was immediately beloved following the release of Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, and even decades later, audiences are hungry for more. It's hard to imagine a Pirates movie without the actor and his quirky character. However, given all that went down between Depp and Disney, it's hard to say what the future holds. When Depp's conflict with ex-wife Amber Heard hit the public, Disney distanced itself from the actor. Plans were made for future Pirates of the Caribbean movies, but Depp wasn't expected to be a part of them. The actor himself famously stated that, given Disney's decision, no amount of money would inspire him to be Jack Sparrow on screen again. It looked as if the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise would continue with Margot Robbie at the wheel, but things began to change. Depp won his lawsuit against Heard, and the door has been opened ever so slightly for Jack Sparrow's return. Is Johnny Depp returning as Jack Sparrow for Pirates of the Caribbean 6? There are 5 movies in the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, and a 6th was confirmed by Disney shortly after Dead Men Tell No Tales released in 2017. 8 years later, the House of Mouse and producer Jerry Bruckheimer maintain that Pirates of the Caribbean 6 is still happening. However, whether Depp's Jack Sparrow will be included in the script is still unclear. Despite everything that happened between Disney and Depp, Bruckheimer has said that he would be happy to see Depp return. There have also been reports that 2 scripts are in the works, one with Jack and one without. It seems that the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise will continue one way or another, but the House of Mouse is likely reluctant to face backlash if Depp doesn't return. Reading between the lines here, it seems that Depp's return depends entirely on the result of some negotiating. It can be assumed that there are secret discussions that the public is not privy to, and the future of Pirates of the Caribbean 6 hangs in the balance until Disney and Depp agree or disagree to whatever terms or ideas are presented. It seems that the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise will continue one way or another, but the House of Mouse is likely reluctant to face backlash if Depp doesn't return. This is understandable, but it may just be time to move on. Why Pirates of the Caribbean should rebuild the franchise around Margot Robbie. Back when Depp's return to the Pirates of the Caribbean was a definitive no, a spin-off movie series that would star Margot Robbie had the green light at Disney. It was rumored that the story would feature an all-female crew of pirates, leaning into previous winning Pirates of the Caribbean characters like Elizabeth Swann, Anna Maria, Taya Dalma, and Angelica. However, when a Pirates of the Caribbean 6 movie was confirmed, the Robbie spin-off was shelved. Bruckheimer confirmed that the project was put on an indefinite hold, though he kept us on the hook by emphasizing that it wasn't entirely dead. Pirates of the Caribbean is being angled as a reboot, and Depp still may or may not return. With so much left in the air in this regard, it would have made sense for Disney to put the pin in this project rather than Robbie's spin-off. This actor continues to be catapulted further and further into stardom, with Barbie especially serving as a billion-dollar reminder that Margot's performances sell. Such an A-lister could be Pirates of the Caribbean's saving grace. It would be a chance to rebuild the franchise into something new. After all these years full of massive question marks, this is precisely what it needs. Why it's time for Pirates of the Caribbean to move on from Johnny Depp and Jack Sparrow. After all the drama and uncertainty, it would be great to see Depp's Jack Sparrow return one more time, even if it's only for a cameo role. However, holding the entire Pirates of the Caribbean franchise in stasis, while Disney sorts out whether or not this will happen, doesn't seem to be the way to go. The longer we wait for Pirates of the Caribbean 6, the more pressure there is on Disney to get the movie exactly right. A lackluster movie would be anticlimactic, And given the declining performance of the previous 5 Pirates movies, it's hard to imagine the franchise could survive this. Depp is the only actor to consistently appear in each of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, but this hasn't been enough to keep the franchise afloat. Depp is the only actor to consistently appear in each of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, but this hasn't been enough to keep the franchise afloat. Jack Sparrow is undoubtedly an excellent character, and Depp is the one who made him that way. However, he's more of a tall-tale folk hero than a dynamic protagonist. His quirkiness has become predictable, and his moral ambiguity no longer puts audiences on their toes. There may be a place for Jack Sparrow in the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, but everything can't continue to revolve around this character. A strong new actor and character must step in. Pirates of the Caribbean sequels prove why the franchise needs to go in a new direction. Even outside of Depp's Jack Sparrow, it's clear that Pirates of the Caribbean needs to head in a new direction. Bruckheimer has touted Pirates of the Caribbean 6 as a reboot, but that fact that he says Depp could return for it is confusing. This may not be a start over from the beginning sort of reboot, but a movie that adopts the general vibe or formula of The Curse of the Balk Pearl with a fresh cast and characters. There could be some promise to this. However, if Pirates of the Caribbean 6 is more of the same sorts of stories as the past 5 movies, it would be a mistake. Each Pirates of the Caribbean movie has done progressively worse regarding critical performance. This would generally be a sign that it's time to hang up the tricorn hat, but the general interest and anticipation for Pirates of the Caribbean 6 proves that, despite everything, there is a future here. People want more Pirates of the Caribbean, but the last several movies have not been cutting it. Disney needs a new angle, and Margot Robbie could absolutely be the key. Unfortunately, waiting for Jack Sparrow's return may only get in the way in the long run.